everybody, and welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a little bit more of a different video, specifically because I am playing a solo game. My good friend, and by good friend I mean my best friend, Coscan, is not going to be here with me today, as I am going to be playing through, as you can see, the Resident Evil 0 game. If you didn't know, Resident Evil is my favorite of the video game series, and comprises my favorite video game of all time, Resident Evil Village. So it was just a matter of time before I started to go through the games all on my channel. Now, if you didn't know, I own on my Xbox every single Resident Evil game that has been released in a mainline series. All of the mainline series from 1 through to 8, including 0, as well as both Revelations, Code Veronica X, and Operation Raccoon City. Meaning, there are going to be 13 entire series on this channel, as I would like to do all of these, including my favorite being Village, which I've played through a copious amount of times already in my lifetime. However, that's not going to stop me from playing it again on the channel, and nor is it going to stop me from playing through each of the games in chronological order. I want to try to keep the series with a sort of consistency, and I think that playing all the games in a chronological order will sort of add to that consistency, allowing me to sort of build upon the story in each of the series as we go along. That way, for those of you who aren't too familiar with Resident Evil games, can keep up with them pretty consistently. As when the Resident Evil games first came out, most of the games, such as the Revelation games and 0, didn't release in their chronological order. So, just to help out with the stories a bit, I feel like playing them in chronological order will be pretty damn fun. And of course, today we are starting off with the very fun prequel to the first Resident Evil game ever, Resident Evil 0, released in 2002. Now, I have played through some of this game. I did stop a while ago, solely because I just got busy in my personal life and didn't really have time to continue a story mode game that was kind of memory reliant like this one is, but hopefully now I do have the time to take at least a day or two a week to sort of take an hour out and play through these games, and we are going to start with a normal difficulty, Resident Evil 0. I'm actually really excited to play this. I haven't played through this game in its entirety yet, so...
A midwestern town in America, Raccoon City, a solitary island far off in the sea, Rockfort Island. An island that would become the second Raccoon City, Sheena Island. There are still many unanswered questions about these seemingly unrelated yet intensely traumatic events. Though it is believed that the international enterprise Umbrella was somehow involved, little is known as to the origin of this faceless corporation. When was it established? By whom? And how was the T-Virus created? To uncover the truth, we must delve deeper into the events which transpired in the beginning, before the mansion incident.
And this is where we begin our game. On a train. Now, if I remember correctly, this game is pretty puzzle heavy, and as a guy who does like the Resident Evil games for the puzzles, I do remember being annoyed by a certain amount of them. So, just for a heads up, if I need to, I will be using a guide on my phone, just because I do want this series to be consistent and have a good amount of actual story progression through each of the episodes. So if I end up getting lost for too long during one of my recordings, I am going to use a guide to help advance my efforts into the series. That's a lot of slugs. That while I do love the Resident Evil games, the series in general being my favorite of all the video game series released, I do not know the entire story. I have introduced myself onto it, and of course I have watched full videos of the series themselves and the games, and the chronological events of the stories. I still don't remember everything. Hello, Rebecca. But I am excited to experience the story firsthand for myself for the first time, so let's get this ready. Well, there goes Kobe.
Check the current position.
Yeah, we ain't ever seen that guy again.
Area.
Captain, look. Captain.
What happened?
Ooh.
Court order for transportation.
Right.
Prisoner
Billy Cohen.
ex-lieutenant, 26 years old. Court-martialed and sentenced to death July 22nd. Prisoners to be transferred to the Regathon base for execution.
Those poor soldiers. They were good men just doing their jobs, and that scum murdered them and escaped.
All right, everyone. Let's separate and survey the area. Our friend is brutal and ruthless. Keep your guard up.
Sir, yes, sir. All right, Rebecca. How do you end up on the train again? I don't remember a lot of this game. I'm not gonna. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry for speaking.
Train.
Well, we figured that part out pretty fucking fast, huh? Why was it glowing red inside? And you want to walk into that, Rebecca Chambers? What the fuck? Yelp. This game. Yeah, so, unlike the newer Resident Evil games, that of which I will be covering, by the way, I do want to go through some of the games briefly before I start. While games like this and the Resident Evil games like 1, Revelations, Code Veronica, and 5 and 6 are going to be covered in their original formats, games like 4, like Resident Evil 2, 3, 4, are all going to be covered in different methods than their original games. 2 and 3 being covered in their remake games within the past few years. And the 4 game actually is going to be recorded on VR, as I do own an Oculus. And I do own the Resident Evil 4 VR game on the Oculus. And while it is a very different method than the rest of the series is going to be in, it is actually the only copy of Resident Evil 4 that I own, so I feel like it would be a pretty cool method of playing through that game. And another thing is most of these older games, specifically 1 and 0, are going to be in this sort of camera angled specific view. So for those of you who don't really like that, I'm sorry, nothing I can really do about that, but we will get more into the traditional video game style when we enter Resident Evil 2 and 3. Now let's get into this. Now let's see if I can remember this game at all. That's not how I do that. I want to check the controls. I believe it's aim, and then A to fire, yeah, and then B to reload. Okay. I'm remembering some of it. I just don't remember how to do this. Alright, so it's X to go into the menu. I want to look at my controls really quickly, just to sort of get myself familiar. Move, yeah. Okay, so I can move them both. Pause, solo team, map, aim, shoot, reload, status, switch character. Okay, that's what... Okay. Alright. Dining car is locked, unfortunately. You will also probably see me get stuck a couple of times, because this game, when the camera angle changes like that, the controls for directional movement can get a little weird to maneuver, so if I do ever spaz out in a corner for a little bit after a camera changes, blame it on the incredibly outdated style of view that these Resident Evil games are going to present us with.
This is Officer Chambers from STARS Bravo team. Please identify yourself. Is someone there? announced that we have set up camps of our farmers. But as of 2 years ago, when several plants were set up, the local government stepped in and took over.
Rebecca, that man is moving. Rebecca, don't stare at him, that man is coming. I think I remember, putting this in easy last time, and I'm starting to remember slightly why. Oh, fuck off, bastard. How do I block her shit? Okay. We lived.
What just happened?
First zombie
I
attack.
thought
Let's
they
go.
were dead.
Yeah. Well, that was a really brief fucking exposition. Okay. Into room 202. Let's see what's in here. A black screen! Nah. Passenger's diary. July 14th, orders came from the boss today. Looks like we're in charge of investigating the remains of the Arklay Mountain Laboratory. We're moving in 2 groups. The initial group is assigned to start checking what's left of the abandoned experiment. Oh, I assume that there would be more to that. Guess not. July 16th. Unfortunately, the test production of BOW type Y139 had to be suspended because of the investigation. Now, if I remember correctly, BOW is the Resident Evil terminology for not zombie bad guys. Big creatures like Nemesis or Mr. X or Jack Baker, for example. People that aren't zombies but have been infected by the virus and transformed in extraneous ways. It's the same type. It's the same with type Y139. There's still so much we don't know about responses to the crustacean T virus. There's a lot of interesting research left. Depending on the species and nurturing conditions, only minute doses of T bring about remarkable changes in solidity, size, multiplication of external toxins, and brain development. If these effects can be controlled, a powerful weapon could be produced. But the sudden development of the shell results in a corresponding fragility. Certain areas become exceedingly weak. Problematically, one of these areas is the head of the carapace. This lab we are going to... This lab we are going to. Were they pursuing the same research? Sorry, that nearly gave me a stroke. It would certainly help to find data and samples that would help us in our research. July 19th. The day is finally approaching. I am growing more anxious. The Raccoon City newspaper and TV stations are full of reports about the bizarre murders in the suburbs. It can't be the virus, can it? If it is. No, I can't think of that now. I have to concentrate on the investigation and make sure it goes smoothly. Ammunition! Mind if I find some, heals of any sort? I'm kind of in the middle of dying. Guess not. Well, room 202 was barely helpful at all. Let's see what room 201 has to offer. Believe there might be a save point in here. There is, and we have some ink ribbon to use on it. Unlike newer Resident Evil games where you can just find a typewriter or a video recorder, you can just write down your save. The old games, such as this one and 1, have this sort of tape ribbon mechanic, meaning as long as you have tape ribbon, you are able to record your saves. However, the second you run out of tape data is when you are going to get a little fucked up. And that's our first save for this game. And a herb. Beautiful. We're actually going to use that immediately. Give us a little bit more health in case of future zombie attacks. Investigation orders. Stained with blood, some sections are illegible. Totally beautiful. I love that. I love it when my ledgers are covered in blood. 8 miles north of Raccoon City, in the Arclay Mountains, lies our company's management training facility. It was shut down years ago. Now we are conducting a preliminary study into the reopening of the facilities. First investigation unit is already on site and opening the investigation. I want your team to provide support. The following orders are William Bark and something Ives unit. Not too sure. The rest is torn and unreadable. Okay then. Duly noted. Anything else up here that I can... Nah, alright. I keep accidentally pressing the gosh darn map button. He's holding a key! I can bet good money that...
Billy. Lieutenant
Billy?
Cohen.
So, you seem to know me. Been fantasizing about me, have you?
Okay,
You're the prisoner
calm
who's
down,
being
Buster.
transferred for execution. You were with those soldiers outside.
Oh, I see. You're with stars. Well, no offense, honey, but
Why
you
did
are
you say
kinda
it like
itching to
that?
want me around, so I'm afraid our little chat time is over.
Wait! You're under arrest.
No thanks, Dollface. I've already worn handcuffs.
I could
The fuck
shoot
does
you
this
now.
guy mean, no thanks? What the fuck just happened? Why did he say stars like that? Bro,
Stars.
and that's not Billy.
Edward!
Last time I checked...
Are you
Oh,
alright?
that's Edward
What
through a
happened?
now unbroken window. Is that broken?
Worse than
I don't know, man.
we can't.
Damn, this guy's been through hell.
Rebecca. The forest is full of zombies and monsters.
Zombies and monsters.
And bears, oh my! Damn! Oh, the zombie dogs. That actually scared the fucking shit out of me. Did this man just backflip off my body? What the fuck? Come here, doggy. Give this a taste. Why is the music still going? Think we got them all. Huh. How fun.
This is
Oh.
Rebecca. Over.
Barely.
Enrico!
Eclipse
Hello?
Express
Can you
train,
read
I
me?
think.
Please respond.
Rebecca, I can hear you. Now listen up. We've obtained detailed information on the fugitive from a document found in the wrecked wagon. Billy Cohen killed as many as 23 people. Over.
Damn!
23 people.
We have also confirmed that he was institutionalized, so keep your guard up.
Oh shit.
Rebecca. Over. Stay alert.
Yeah, Rebecca, respond.
Think twice before killing you.
Enrico! Captain! Hello? Hello!
Shit. Okay. Well, one thing I do want to do is if I remember correctly. Okay. How do I? Right. I can change her outfit. And as a man who has no moral compass nor girlfriend to gawk over, I am going to be going with the leather suit for obvious reasons. Viewers, especially friends and family, fuck you. I'll do what I please. It's my playthrough. And quite frankly, I'll have the preferences I please. As I'm looking at every single damn one of you motherfuckers close to me. Y'all have your own weird preferences, alright? Calm the fuck down. Where am I? Right, this area.
It's gonna
Billy?
be dangerous from here on in. Why don't we cooperate?
Cooperate with you?
Listen, little girl, if you haven't noticed, there's some pretty freaked out things on this train. And I, for one, want to get out
Just
of
a couple.
here. I don't think we stand a chance doing it alone.
You expect me to trust you, a wanted felon? I don't need your help. I can handle this on my own. And don't call me little girl.
All right, Miss Do-It-Yourself. What should I call you?
The name is Rebecca Chambers, but that's Officer Chambers to you.
Well then, Rebecca, why don't you go and try while I wait here?
Okay, Mr. Billy. Right, can't go through there. Ooh, there's a note here. Reading time! Notice to supervisors. When closing the dining car, supervisors are asked to switch off the automatic doors after ensuring all staff have vacated the car. The main automatic door power switch is located on the roof of the 5th car. Inspections will take place when the train is garaged. After inspections are complete, use of the ladder at the rear of the 2nd floor of the dining car. After inspections are mix that up a little bit, you guys can read. Umbrella Corps Maintenance Department. So this entire train seemingly was built by the Umbrella Corporation, which is never a good sign when anything is built by the Umbrella Corporation. So, funsies. What's about to happen here again? Oh, right, this guy. That's not the clothes I was wearing 3.2 seconds ago.
Excuse me, sir. Sir.
Why does this seem blurry? I sneak well. God damn, come on, Rebecca, you can shoot a little faster than that. Is there like a block mechanic that I just haven't unlocked or am dumb and didn't notice? No, okay, there's not. Perfect. Shit. Billy, help! Thank you. However, I'm incredibly surprised at the durability of these slugs, since not a Did this man just parry a non-attack? What the fuck was that?
Are you okay?
Bro pulled a Michael Jackson sidestep out of his ass for no reason.
Who is that guy?
Well then.
What's going on? Who's controlling the train?
Go and check out the first engine car. Listen, we gotta cooperate with each other from now on. You got that?
Well, I don't...
Clue in, girl. Or maybe you like being worm bait.
All right. but you just remember I will shoot you if you try anything funny.
Fine. Now take these with you.
More ammunition. I did just
you
waste
find
most of
anything,
mine
give me a
on
call.
what I'm going to
Alright.
refer to as Dr. Octavius's newborn cousin. Player menu. Ah! I do understand how this works. I've played this game, like, I believe halfway through before, so I do understand most of this. You guys don't really need to understand the control mechanics of it all, since, well, I'm controlling it. Anyways, there's more stuff over here, Billy, and I would like to see some of this more stuff. Billy does want me to go check out the main cabin, and that is something that I will do right now. Just sort of to please Billy, I guess. Also, leave a comment down below if you guys A, like the video, and B, maybe want me to delete, or not delete, but to change the video so that it only operates the... What am I trying to say? So that the video or the game doesn't include the transitions between doors and ladders and stairs and any of that stuff, just because it might be a little bit more smooth, and it would remove these long 5 to 10 second segments of just stair animation, you know? So feel free to include that, as well as anything else you guys would like me to include.
Okay.
And now I'm Billy. And, as per Billy, I would actually like to do this and change his outfit out as well. We giving him the jagged outfit, because, like, peep the fit, peep the fit, peep the fit. You already know what it is. Alright, we are actually going to climb up this ladder now, as I do believe we need to use the power controls at the roof of this cabin to get into the caboose downstairs. Not the caboose. Oh, wait, no, I think we actually need to get to the conductor's panel. I might be doing the completely wrong thing right here. Yeah, I definitely did the wrong thing. I will reconnect the cable. Let's do it. Hooray! Slimy. Ow, that's always fun. And now I'm stuck in here. I remember in my first playthrough of this game, I was incredibly lost. And it actually took me a stupid long time in order to go through this entire section of the game. But I do actually remember how to do it this time around, so I do know the general consensus of what needs to be done. However, I don't remember the exact way. So this is still going to be a pretty, you know, annoying section for me to go through. Yeah, alright, so what I believe I have to do is I switch to Rebecca, and I go over here and I put the train key that I just grabbed into the service lift, send it down, and that's when Billy is going to grab it. Now we switch to Billy, and we grab the train key. Now, if I remember correctly, the train key is what helps us get into the conductor room, I believe. Which will be incredibly helpful. Now, if I remember correctly, yeah, the train key is for the conductor room. Don't need it anymore, you can toss that. Now we enter here, and I believe that this also has an entrance to the top floor. Well, that's a map. That's always helpful. Hooray! Alrighty. So we have that. We'll flip this switch. That does lead us to the top floor. I was right. Perfect. We're also going to grab these herbs right here. We're going to use them to heal up Rebecca in a little bit, but we'll get to that when we get to that. And I believe there's stuff here as well. The suitcase, which we're actually not going to take, because it's... As you may have noticed already, Resident Evil is already a game incredibly known for one of the most tedious factors in any video game series ever, being item management. Having decently small amounts of inventory that you have to hyper-manage and hyper-fixate on what's important and what's not important. Oftentimes having to leave story items like that briefcase behind in order to prioritize stuff that you're going to need more consistently, like ammunition or heals. This game, as you can tell by me only having an entirety of 12 spots, is much more condensed than any other Resident Evil game. That's why this and the Resident Evil 1 game are probably going to be the most tedious and painstaking games for me to play through in these long list of series that I'm going to attempt to make. Games later on in the series, such as Village or the 2 and 3 remakes, sort of remedy this, giving you a lot more space, despite the fact that even the 2 and 3 remakes do limit your item space a lot. They do still have a lot more space for you to utilize than, as you can see, this game. However, I am going to try to work my way around it, and I do know for a fact that leaving that item there is going to be much more beneficial later down the line than it will seem. Note from Conductor. The key card for the driver's compartment is in my bag as always, but I need the other guy's key to open the damn thing. But it looks like I've lost it somewhere. If it was a normal key, someone would be sure to turn it in, but this key is different. I'll look for it too, but if you happen to find it, please hand it in. Thanks in advance. So there are specifically unique keys in order to open that bag up. Now, if I remember correctly, I have to venture upstairs. I believe that there's a specific item I find up here that's going to help me free Rebecca from her room. Her prison, as one might be able to put it. Oh! I think I remember what is about to happen. I do. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, we're just gonna ignore that. Yeah. Keep on going, Billy boy. You got this, bro. You got this. Now I believe... There it is, the item that will help Rebecca unhinge the keyframe in the door that she's stuck behind and will eventually help her escape. Now, I know that this area is the area from earlier that's blocked by the weird fish egg eyeball gooey thingies. So I can't go down that way. But I know in this room we have a beautiful, beautiful first aid spray. A pinnacle. What the fuck do you mean, huh? I'm sorry. Mais qu'est-ce que tu veux dire? Why am I Rebecca? What do you mean I can't take it? Alright, fine. We're dropping this shit. I don't need to use it now. God damn it, fine. We'll leave the red herb here because I know for a fact that this is going to be 10 times more useful than that red herb is ever going to be in this entire playthrough, let alone once. Well, then I don't need it more ink ribbon. Rebecca has that covered. This, on the other hand. Two blocks. Everybody, meet my friend. Scorponok from the hit IP Transformers. Bumbleclat. Come on, Billy! Come on, Billy! Shoot this damn thing to hell! Uh-oh. God damn it. Come on, Billy. Yeah, none of the boss fights in this game are going to be that exhilarating, as you can see, but they're still pretty damn cool, I'll be honest. And I'm out of ammo. Well, because of my lack of ammunition at this point, I'm going to go back and grab the shotgun ammo. Alright, the over-under double-barrel shotgun has been reloaded. We are going to bring this over to Rebecca, as well as the ice pick. And then we're going to come back here, grab a few of those welfare items that I left behind due to the inventory crisis of 2025. Or as this game likes to put it, the inventory crisis of 2002. And we're going to deal with that when it comes to it. Yeah, we'll climb down the ladder. I only need the ice pick right now. I need to come back and get all these items later. So, insert running to Rebecca and going through several door montage. And we are finally back. We are going to immediately toss the ice pick in this little service lift here and send that up to Rebecca so she can use it to escape her lovely trap area place. Switch over to her as we grab our chest and pain. No, don't switch back over to Billy. We're gonna grab this. We're gonna take that. Thank you. I like how I took like 8 hits from a literal 8-foot-long scorpion as Billy, and I'm completely fine, yet a couple of zombie slaps to the face and a dog bite on my left arm, and Rebecca is like clinging to life by the bare fingertips. Like, Jesus. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm doing, game. No, don't switch to Bowie! We're gonna jimmy this into the door handle there, pop that open. and we can finally rejoin Billy. And now we are all the way back up here where we fought Scorponok, the wonderful Transformer. And we are going to grab this, the panel opener. This is going to be how we start off the next episode because I have been recording for a little over an hour and I unfortunately have an actual job to get to tomorrow, which sucks because I hate my actual job. So, I do have to cut the recording episode here, despite the fact that we've only just gotten into the game. But, first and foremost, we are going to go back and save. There is ink ribbon somewhere upstairs, if I do remember correctly, because I do have the last bit here that I will be using to end the episode off. But, yeah, everything is pretty good now. I think this is a pretty good place to end off the episode. And with Billy's fingers mercifully typing in his own name into the typewriter, we have the conclusion of our first episode of the Resident Evil 0 game. Thank you everybody for watching this episode. I am going to title it Episode 0 just because I can, for funny expression. But I really hope that everybody enjoyed this first episode. Again, leave comments down below, not only if you like the series, but also if you're excited for any other of the future Resident Evil games or other video game series I can play in general. As well as, if you do enjoy the video, what things I can improve. Removing the long sequences in between doors and stairs and ladders and such, down to just slight quality of life tweaks, like maybe the volume needs to be higher or lower, brightness, whatever. If you guys did enjoy, again, please leave a like and subscribe down below. Again, I really appreciate anybody watching this, to any friends and family watching this. I hope you enjoyed as well. And I will see you guys all in the next episode.